good to see you again. Welcome back to our perfume store, cologne store, whatever you like to call it. We're here to help you find your perfect fragrance. And as you can tell, we have quite a wonderful collections of perfumes and colognes and perfumes, etc., etc. And we're going to help you find whatever you need and make it as relaxing of experience as possible for you. Last time we came, we had quite a lot of custom-made creations, pieces, and sprays that we used on you. And this time, you expressed you wanted to try more of the branded side of things, so I've arranged here a collection of perfumes which I think that you are going to really like. Among here, going by your previous selection and what we opted for you for making for you, I've taken those notes from those perfumes, and I know that these various ones, they all have a sort of similarity in a different respect, and I'm pretty sure that somewhere in here we're going to find the right branded one here for you as well, because sometimes you might not always be near our perfume store. You might be away somewhere, out somewhere, and you need to get something which is off the shelf, and what better way than to find that perfume here that's branded, and you can go and get it when you're away. Although I always recommend coming in to see me and getting stocked up with your perfume and your clothes and all the special ones that we make here as well. I don't know how much you remember, but last time we went through quite the testing process, and we managed to test a lot of perfumes that I had lined up here especially for you, and we got you sorted with your perfect perfume. So it's going to be that sort of process again, and testing things, but you know, at this store we like to keep the testing as relaxing as possible. So among many of the scents, like some we have here, some of the clones, and some of our new ones that we have in here, we are going to be spraying a little bit of coffee, and these coffee beans which are being crushed up and has been put in a powdery form, which is going to be able to, you won't see anything, but you certainly hear it, and this is just going to neutralize in between your testing there as well, so that's really going to help. And then also we have our perfume neutralizer, and this just helps clear the air of any residual perfumes that might have been sprayed whilst we were testing. So we have just our tools there, and then also with us all of our testing papers here too. And for example, if I was just to get one here, we'll take a piece of testing paper here, then I should get a cologne like this. Take it out, and we'll have a little spray on both sides. This is very special paper, kind of like blotting paper. It really soaks up the scent and allows it to diffuse in a really nice way. So we just allow it to relax itself, the scent, and then you can get to testing it, etc., etc. I'll do a proper one for you, don't worry. So we'll just move our table down a little bit there, so we can hopefully get you with a more one-on-one perfume testing experience. So now we've tested that, I'm just going to have to clear the air there. Excellent. I think that's done the trick, and just in case you smelt any fragrance there, would you like just to have a sniff of this? See, coffee beans are very pleasant, and we use this one here if you would like to have a smell of it there. And it's a really nice coffee bean there. And that's the one I'm able to put in the bottle there. Right, so one of the things I'm going to do is just log a little bit of your perfumes this time round as well, just so we can really home in. And I want to take these details because for future perfume visits, then if it comes to me making you something, then I know which ingredients to use, which notes I can use, which I've seen have been favourable to you, so I can just jot that down as we go along, and hopefully create a concoction next time you want to visit. Just get in contact and I'll make something especially for you using those notes which we take today. This is just an old cologne est perfume habit. I'm sure that's the appropriate name. Okay, so I'm just going to write your name down here. Okay, and just the date there as well. So we can make a bit of a graph there. Okay. So, in terms of the perfume that you'll be wanting, so these are all branded ones. I mean, we've got Gucci here, and the same sort of line there as well. We have Chanel here as well, which is also a very nice one. That is quite an acquired taste, shall we say. And of course, we've got Paco Rabanne here. These are quite popular as well, and we have in different formats as well, like a deodorant, where sometimes you don't need the full-on cologne. The deodorant is just quite nice to, instead of having a spray or something conventional, you have another option to have something that's going to stick with a scent which you like, which is a bit superior to perhaps the average deodorant sprays. We have the more common ones like Davidoff here, and similar to that we have Dupe Jump, which is quite a common one as well, but these all have similar sort of notes there. Victoria's Secret one is something which is quite an acquired taste there as well. And where do we have that one as well? Okay, this was Very Wang, and this is also quite a very unique smell there, which smells very nice. I am personally drawn to certain ones here, which I'll tell you, but I wouldn't want to sway your decision at all. I believe it's a very personal thing, selecting your own cologne. So that's what we're going to try and do for you, and then get you fitted with the perfect cologne. Okay, so your sort of reason for this perfume, is it more of a casual, is it a professional element? More casual, okay. Okay, these details, fine details, really do help me come up with something spectacular for you. Okay. Well, if you're able to give me these details, then by the end of it, if you allow me just a little bit of time, I think I can concoct something for you as well, take into consideration what you like here, and I'll be able to give that to you at the end. Excellent. So something a bit more casual. Okay, and when we say casual, we say sort of everyday use, a bit light, and how musky. I mean, do you want a bit of a musk when you walk past? You want people to smell it, or would you just want a subtle breeze as it just travels with you? Something a bit subtle. Okay. Yeah, that's. I could already tell that you've got good taste with your answers here. Okay. So, when you wear this, would it be something you would take on holiday? That's a very helpful answer for me, because if you would take it on holiday with you, that means it's an important fragrance to you. It's something that it needs to just hit right for you. So that's what we want there. And also, how many times would you want to wear this fragrance a day? Would you put it on first thing in the morning, or would it just be like an evening social casual type thing? It's a fair bit of usage. Okay. And for today, is there a number of colognes you want? Sometimes customers, when they come in, they get a couple of colognes and they end up getting two different things which they didn't expect to get, purely because they really enjoyed the scent. Now that's of course down to my doing as well, because like you probably had already before you came in here. Just what I asked you those questions, and now I've selected what I think fits your scent buds, shall we say, and that's why customers end up getting a couple, because I've done my job well. Okay, right, so I think that is good for that at the moment. So how about we get to testing something for you? Well, how about we start with the Vera Wang perfume first? Perhaps that's something you might really like there. Okay, so we'll get our testing strip here. So you'll find this has some really nice notes to it. There's sort of the impactful note, but then there's something else sort of hidden within this warmth, which I think you might really like there as well. So we'll just give it a bit of a shake. Okay, and then get your spray there. And on the other side. So you'll notice there's a really nice warmth to this, and a sort of sweety smell to it. Yeah, so what I'd recommend, okay, once you've got it there, so you've got it, holding it here, perhaps cross like that, other hand, other side there as well. Give it a little shake, okay, in front of you, and then out in front as well, as it's something that you want to feel the volume of or smell the volume that it creates around your persona as well. So you're sort of creating that perfume barrier around you, and that's a good way to test it, Maya. So across, okay, around you there as well. Yeah, and then a shake also. So any thoughts on that? Really off to a good start then. So it really has that warmth to it, that sort of summertime holiday excitement, I'd like to say. And that's because there are some very nice notes in there, and ingredients which I think I could tell already instantly. I think this could be one to add into your personal one at the end as well. Okay, so you just keep hold of that. What we'll do, we'll clear the air here. Enjoy that coffee smell there as well. It really does help neutralize the palate a little bit. Okay, how about we go on to something different? Now, we don't have to try all of these if you don't wish, but I feel like we could home in on something pretty quick for you, I feel. So I know that it's boxed up here, but I think the blue Chanel could be something of interest for you here. This is a little bit more on the pricey side, but it's a little bit more potent, but it has just a nice defined smell to it. It comes across as a little bit smart and casual, but it has those sort of scenty elements to it as well, which I think would have some sort of resemblance to that one there. Okay, so let me just open this here. And it's just one of those small things there, which when you come in to test something, I want to make sure that we're fully stocked, and I'm making sure that if we put out the new box, that's of course what we'd like to do for you, and making sure that you know that we're trying to give you the very best of everything. So this perfume, as we look at it, it's all about the boxes as well. I don't know about you, but I'm a chronic perfume box keeper as well, so I enjoy all elements of the set. Okay, and this box is a nice box which it comes in as well. Okay, so this would be the 50ml version, and it's also a really nice handy pocket size there as well if you're taking it somewhere with yourself. Some people do that and they take it around with them and just make sure they're always keeping a little bit fresher, but it's in this really nice box here. This bottle here, black cap, magnetic of course, which is really nice on top, and then also we have just a really nice glass bottle along here. So blue Chanel, and it's perfume as well, so it's going to just last a little bit longer here. So give it a bit of a shake there, and we'll just spray it on here. Like I said, testing bruises across, shake, and then outwards there as well. Let me know what you think of that perfume there. Yeah, so just round you go. Yep, just keep shaking it. And then how about in front of there for you as well? So I can deduce from that that too is quite a successful pick for you. Okay, and tell me, for something like that, what would you wear it to? It would be a smart dinner out, yeah. Sort of unbuttoned shirt a little bit, yep. A little bit of fine dining perhaps, yep. That's good. And those sorts of notes in there, is it the warmth you like? Is it the coolness? What do you feel from there? Okay, and it sort of sticks around a bit, doesn't it? Just makes you feel pleasant and like you're done up pretty good. That's good. And the perfume and colognes are all about that. They're just meant to make you feel good. And that's certainly the Chanel one there is certainly one which would do that for you. So for this, the comes in 50ml, but like with all our other perfumes, it goes up to 100ml there, or slightly larger ones here as well, as you notice on the box here. So we have extra large for 200ml for like juke jumps. This doesn't go up to 200ml, this go up to 150. More expensive ones tend to be around that size, to mainly the 100 size, but 50 is also a very modest size to take, and it will last you a very long time too. So let's just clear the space here for you. That's great. How about a little smell of coffee there too? Really does make the difference, doesn't it? Right, well, I think I'm going to throw you a little bit of a curveball, you know, and I think we're going to go for something which I would consider more on the wintry side of things. It has this warmth essence. Both of those two perfumes carry that warmth there. One's a little bit more playful, one is a little bit smarter, but it has that warmth characteristic. And in the notes of that perfume, this one will also have the sort of similarities there, and that would be with Hugo Boss here. Okay, and this too is in a very nice packaging. It's just nice and to the point. Okay. So this one does need replacing. It's quite a popular one here as well, but you'll notice that this particular one, it really has a nice subtle tone to it, which I think you're really going to like. If I was going to wear something like this, perhaps it would be something more along winter time than summertime. There's perfumes for all seasons. If you're sensitive to these things, then your nose will subtly let you know what you need for each season. So let's get that open. Get you some testing. Get your testing strip here. Okay. And we'll give that a bit of a spray test there for you. Okay. So hopefully you're feeling ready for this particular one. I think it's a little bit more of a curveball for you, but it really does help me. There's one particular ingredient in this that I know that's in this, which, well, I'll let you test it first. Okay, I think it's ready for you. There we go, and that's it. And perfect. So you just allow that to sit with you for a little bit. You know, think about it and what you enjoy with it and the scent, if you enjoy it at all, or where would you wear it and things like that. How does it make you feel? Does it make you feel good? Does it make you feel better about something? Does it remind you of something? Or perhaps someone? I mean, these are all elements which you take into consideration, perhaps when buying a perfume. But at the end of the day, it is something which is an extension of your personality, so you want to make sure we get it right for you. Okay? So, what do you think of that one there? Yeah. No. It's something that you would wear also. And it would be, yeah, right in thinking it's a sort of wintry warmth to it. And it's something you would wear with perhaps a smart jumper or something like that. But it has a nice sort of following trail there as well, doesn't it? So it's something which, it doesn't give you that big sort of reveal of scent, perhaps like the Pack Rabanne 1 Million might do. However, this has its very own signature style to it, and I think it's quite sophisticated. Even though these can be casually used, I've opted for something smart casual. That's something which I just feel like how you present yourself. And smart casual, and seeing the selection and your reaction so far, this is something which I think could be a contender here for you as well. Something would you wear? You really like it? You know what? That's the perfect answer there, because yeah, I know the ingredient now, which I'm going to be able to add into your perfume cologne at the end, and you can let me know how you think. But what do you think of it? But this is certainly heading in the direction which I thought it might, with like I said, going by your other perfumes, which in your previous visit that you had, and also the ones we've tested now, they're all linked in somehow. So you're doing really good at the moment. And we'll just neutralize the area around here a little bit as well, just in case there's any sort of residual scent sprays that have fallen onto the perfume. We want to make sure it's on as neutral as possible, and of course this spray helps neutralize everything. Perfect. And then how about a coffee spray here for you? So I always point it down because that's where your cologne has been sprayed, but also that is not, there's nothing intrusive for you. It's almost just around your region there as well. So I know we were talking about slightly stronger scents here for you, and I believe that we should perhaps try the Pac Rabanne 1 million here. Now I opted for this one for you. It does very much like a gold bar brick, which of course is very appealing and eye-catching, but it has been chosen for you purely because I think, even though it has that casual element, it also is a very smart perfume, but it just gives you that slight hit. I think once someone walks past you, they know there's that warmth of the Pac Rabanne scent, because it's an unmissable scent really. And it can be quite strong, but that's why you sort of don't apply it so heavy, and it really does work well in that sense there as well. So how about we just get this open here. It's a really nice box, as all Pac Rabanne 1 millions come in, and I think in terms of pure gold, again, it certainly sets itself apart from all of the others. It's a real eye catcher, but that same could be said about the perfume as well, the cologne. So the bottle is a little bit more unique, as its classic Pac Rabanne look and logos on there, and it certainly is sort of a playful-ish looking perfume spray bottle, and a lot of times bottles are quite important to the perfume as well. It really does help enhance a scent and your perfumes, and certainly this particular one would give those extra beneficial aesthetics as well. Okay, so just going to get your testing strip here, a little bit of shake, Pac Rabanne, and this is perfume, so it's going to be a little bit stronger. Let me know what you think of that. That's it, and just get around, and then around your person there as well. Okay. Indeed. Yeah, so it is a strong one, but there are notes in there which, yeah, see, you reacting to them the same way, the exact same way that I do. There's something that's very, very pleasant about the Pac Rabanne 1 million. it just sits right. It goes, even though it's strong, the smell is received in the right way. And when you deal with so many perfumes, there's a certain sort of language we speak, such as this, which once you sort of understand a perfume, it has its own sort of personality. Paco Rabanne 1 million certainly does have that, and it sort of is very much a party element to that, which I think, yeah, I think you quite like that. There's a very nice casualness to it, but it's also playful and a bit of fun there as well, which I think could be characteristics which are very well suited for you. Okay, and I know a very nice ingredient that's in there, and a couple of them that really make that iconic scent. So it doesn't take long. Like if I could smell a scent, then I usually can literally straight away know what it is, get the ingredients out and concoct something. Okay. Such as a potions master, that would be correct, yes. Okay. Indeed, a potions master diagonally, indeed. Alright, okay. So that is a potential there for you as well. Perfect. Well, I'm so glad that's the case. As you notice that we have kept to a specific side so far, because my strongest contenders here for you was the Paco Rabanne 1 million, the Very Wang, the Chanel Blue, and also the Hugo Boss for that one iconic scent there. And you've done everything which I thought you would do, and be drawn towards those. And hopefully for you, that's just the mark of a good perfumist. It's down to me being quite on the mark perfumer as well. So how about we neutralize that for you, and we'll bring you more onto this side, just because I think there's a couple of could be curveballs in there, but I think they'll all be suited for you. But they have different notes which, well, that sort of heighten your senses a little bit. So perhaps we just neutralize ourselves just a little bit here. Okay. And then can I spray some? Oh, yep, thank you. Great. So we will neutralize there. Okay. So I think one of the ones we're going to look in the direction of is the Cool Water Davidoff. Now this is something which is exceptionally casual. When I say exceptionally casual, it is probably one of the most casual ones that you'd probably associate with just, you know, as a spray that you would have, which is your favorite spray, which you like, deodorant, which you use. It has that sort of casualness about it. However, there are elements in there which I feel like from your last visit when we created one for you, there was something which was a little bit watery in there, and it's very appealing, and it has just a little bit of an edge to it, which I think that you might like. Okay, so have a smell of that. Let me know what you think there. Perfect. So what is it that you make of that one? What do you pick up from there? That's, yeah, indeed. So it's kind of like your favorite drink, and that smell it makes, it's just very satisfying. But there's not like the gravitas or the grand excitement that you might feel for some other ones here. And of course these are slightly regarded in the more expensive perfumes and colognes. However, something like this, which would be a lot cheaper, it still has something about it. It is a refresh for notes that it carries, which is pleasing. This can of course be added an ingredient from here, however I think it wouldn't complement certain ingredients from there when I'm going to create your one. But if it's something that you react to, this is sort of assurance to me, knowing that we're heading towards this sort of thing as opposed to down this line. So would this be something that you would use? That's good. But would it be something that you're looking for? Yeah. So it's the correct one, but it's not something that you are looking for right now. It's something that perhaps you'd have just a very, very casual, somewhere summery day out, and of course that's not what you're looking for today, but that's also very helpful for me to know there too. And I think there's something else which I'd like you to try here, and I think this will have the same sort of effect on you as well. It's a little bit more on the expensive side, but it contrasts those previous smells there. And we're going to head towards the Sauvage here, okay, the Sauvage Press, and this is from Dora, okay, and this is a very unique type of scent, and of course it's Johnny Depp who is the one who is promoting this and has been doing so for a long time. It has a sort of independence to it, an independent smell for an independent person. It has nice textures on the lid and its own sort of unique style. The Sauvage is a nice writing on there, so the bottle is already a pleasing one. And such like the Gucci, it has its very unique style to it. The Cool Water is sort of a very plain from Davidoff, along with the Cheap Jump. It's just in a very simple bottle, but the more expensive ones, then you tend to get a more expensive looking bottle there as well, which adds to the whole process. So the Sauvage is something which has quite a strong musk to it to begin with, but you'll notice that it doesn't disappear. It goes from quite strong to very subtle very quickly, but the subtleness doesn't disappear. It stays with you, but when you really do smell it, it has that quite a strong scent to it. You'll be able to let me know. Okay, so yeah, okay, so please do have a smell of that one. Yeah, okay. Right, yeah. So sometimes I could tell literally by reaction how that perfume is there for you. It's a different one, and something which it'd be for a very specific time or event, which wouldn't get used that often, though it sort of has a loyalty note to it, which I think is a match for you in a way, but for our purposes today and what you've said you wanted, I don't think it will fit in there as, yeah, that's right. So that's why I wanted to test that one with you, because it doesn't have the similarities with Paco Rabanne, Verouin, the Chanel Blue, and the Hugo Boss there as well. So that wouldn't be that one. Okay, and this is going to be just more so a tester for me now. Okay, you'll see what I mean in a minute. Gucci Guilty here as well. Okay, so this is very all-round scent, and it has this really uniqueness about it. I'll tell you a little bit more about it now, but how about we get you a nice bit of our blotting-like paper here, our scent paper. We'll open that up and we'll give that a spray. Yep, so please do try. Round you go. Yeah, I thought so. A great reaction, a great scent. Okay, whilst you're at this stage now, notice that it can be sort of associated with like an appley smell to it. Okay, but that's sort of the outskirts of it. But there's an inner. Yeah, you're getting that now. Those are the notes now. So there's an all-round smell and scent to this particular one, and it's very clever because it takes a little bit of time to settle in. When it does, it smells absolutely amazing, and really does create this nice level, this balanced level of a scent, which is very pleasing. Okay, so would that be something you would wear? Perfect. That is what we want to hear. And where would you wear it? What sort of places? Everywhere. Also very good. Right, so in that particular one, so we have multiple layers on the smell front there. It's very warm, has a warmth to it, but it's also very smart. And we have the different variations here as well. The Guilty one, for the Guilty, Gucci Guilty, and Gucci Guilty Intense here as well. And there's a sort of more of a muscular smell to this particular one. However, I think this Guilty one really does carry this line forward a little bit more, and it has a very clever scent to it, which I just pretty much addicted to, and I was wearing myself quite a lot because I liked it so much. So I think that could be a strong contender for you there as well. But this, of course, isn't going to be my scent which I'm wearing. It's something we'll find for you, and something which is going to be the right fit, right match. You've got to imagine yourself wearing it, smelling it. Hopefully others will compliment you on it, and finding the right scent is very much like picking a car, a house, or the right clothes, or your right friends. They've got to be just right for you, as you're going to be the one who's going to be around it the most. Okay, so we've come to that selection process. I have ingredients here and everything which I need to come up with one here. If you would just allow me a few moments and I can concoct something here for you, feel free to watch me do it if you wish. But in terms of the scents here, or what's it that you would like, if any at all, of course. 3 contenders. Well, I'd say that's a very good outcome then to your testing today. Okay. And could I hazard a guess that the blue Chanel blue? Yeah, the great. Yeah, that's a really great selection that you made there, and something which I think just really does connect very well with you. It certainly has a bit of a bond between you. Okay, and could I hazard another guess here for you, and you just let me know if it's right or not? Yeah, Pac Rabanne 1 million. Perfect. Yeah, that's it. It's just one of those ones which it's almost like it's designed specifically for certain type of people, and that's sadly you're one of them, and that's a good compliment because it has all of those pleasing things in here which you associate with a bit of fun and humour and just a nice, well put together sort of being that is carried forth in this particular scent here. So I think that's a really good one here for you. I'm a bit stumped between your third one, whereas I would go for Vera Wang, but the Gucci is also a high contender there for you. Please do tell me. Not the cucumber. It's the Gucci Guilty. It's strange how you seem to be drawn towards the gold ones, and that, like I said, the bottles have a big impact to what you purchase and how you enjoy these colognes. But this is a perfect choice for you. I can already tell something which would be right up your street. The Chanel Blue. You'd like to take all three? Well, okay. No, absolutely. So would I be right in thinking that we had a good experience today, and we had a good selection process? Perfect. You know, that's just what I want to hear so much. It's an absolute pleasure to do it for you, honestly, and to go through this relaxing process. It's one of the most relaxing things for me, and getting to do it together, it's important that we both have a good rapport with one another, and we keep the hours a little bit later than other shops. I mean, quite a lot of shops in this area tend to do a little bit later, and I think that creates just a little bit more of a personal experience, and you get to know one another, and there's more of a rush. So that's just a little bit of a difference that we have here. So if you allow me 1 second, I'm just going to go there, create something which I think is going to be perfect for you. Thank you. Okay, and here we have it now. So this is something taken into consideration, your ingredients there also. So we take that out here. I've selected something which is a little bit more in keeping with your current bottles, which you like there as well. Okay. So you probably smell a little bit of it now. Okay. We'll just add that in your perfume bottle there. What I'll do, I'll just sort of neutralize the area here. And what I'd also like to present you with, and so thank you for visiting me, is your very own perfume here, which I really hope that you love, and it's something you just remember your experience with us here today. Honestly, it was no trouble to create it here for you. I took into consideration the notes and ingredients that you liked, and I was able to concoct something which perhaps next time if you come to see me, you go for a new creation or something like that. But it's just a little scent, just a small gift, and perhaps you would like to have a little bit of a smell of it there as well. Okay, so, and the bottle, of course, is just a little something. So this is not as strong, but you'll notice it very much has those really nice notes in there, which you enjoyed in the other scent. So that one's going to be for you there. Excellent, and I really hope that you enjoyed that, and I'd like to say thank you so much for coming to visit me today, and I hope that we've achieved everything that you came in here for. That's right. So I'm going to get you a new Paco Rabanne, a new Chanel Blue, and a new Gucci Guilty there as well, and get it all backed up for you to take with you. So, and of course your little one there as well. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming to see me. I really hope you enjoyed your time here. It was certainly a great time to do all this with you, and have some time by ourselves to do something that we love. Okay, good to see you. Take care of yourself. Cheerio.